Today, I'll be ranking every Black Ops 7 map on a tier list. Each map will be judged based off on a pro level, a pub stomping, casual, every game mode included. We're going to nerd out on this one. So the maps we have so far, we are in pre-season and we only have Paranoia as a face-off map. So we're adding that into the mix as well. Our very first map we got here is Blackheart. Blackheart was in the beta. It plays very well across every single game mode. The only thing that I find kind of strange with this map is that when you're playing domination, the B flag is on the side of the map. Usually I'm not used to that, but as a COD player, I can't lie, it makes the most sense to have it here. And the middle map is pretty nice. I mean, the middle part of it, I think, can be annoying at times, but could just honestly be a skill issue. Blackheart is technically smaller than Nuketown, and it plays very, very well. I'm going to give this an S tier rank. All right, next map, we got Colossus. So at first, I didn't really like Colossus when I first played it, and then it slowly grew on to me over time. I think this middle part of this map is very awkward, but it plays very well. Yet again, another very small map, very quick, very fast-paced. I won't be able to show you guys, but in the middle of the map here, if you see an enemy run through mid, you can actually see them get highlighted, basically orange, kind of like you have wall hacks, but you're not able to shoot them, and you'll be able to see them running in the tunnel here. I'm going to give it a high A for now. I think it has easy potential being an S. It plays well on hardpoint and domination. I never really played it on an S&D. Our next map, we got Cortex. This map was in the beta. The one thing I don't like about Cortex, now you can say skill issue all you want, but I do feel like the excessive pillars here, or I wouldn't even consider them pillars, makes me feel claustrophobic. I think it's a great addition to the game, and I think as a sniper, yeah, I'm not going to like being in that position. I think I'm going to give this map a solid, I think I'm going to give it a solid S. A solid S. Let's move on to the next map, Den. Den is a very interesting map, as I think this map plays very well as for mid and their spawns. I think the one thing that is missing or just feels kind of off on this map is knowing that you can't get onto the rooftop side through middle. If the enemies are running this side, you pretty much don't get to have that middle leeway to go cut them off, which sometimes makes this map play a little bit slower than needed. I think I'm going to give Den a high-end B. So next map, we got Exposure. This map was in the beta. And surprisingly, this map actually played very well in the beta, a lot better than I expected, and it's a very large map. Exposure may seem like a big map, but if you really think about it, if you're running from A to C and only running mid-map here over here, it doesn't take that long to get on the other side of the map and be able to see your enemies. Hardpoint plays super well. A lot of places you can wall bounce, a lot of places for even you to do some cool stuff for kill cams, trick shots. When I see this map in the rotation, I don't really get that excited, probably because of the burnout from the beta still. I think Exposure is better than Den. High B, low A, if anything. This could change later on. Next map, we got the Black Ops 2 map, Express. I think we already know what I'm going to say about this map. It plays literally nearly 1-to-1 to Black Ops 2. And if you want to throw Cold War in the mix, it's pretty much the same thing as well. I do find it odd that the train doesn't come in a lot sooner, or I don't know if they timed it the same way as Black Ops 2. Maybe because I'm not looking at that route all the damn time now, because I do play it differently. But Express overall as a competitive map plays extremely well. I don't think I had to say much there, but I think Express is simply going to go to A tier. You know, seeing the map come back is great and all, because sure, it looks different, but I kind of want to just play new maps, man. You know, we already played that for Cold War, and I'm like, hey, we need something a little new. But anyways, we're going on to the next map, which is Flagship. This map, this map I haven't played on an S&D, but this map plays insanely good for domination. If you are spawn trapping on this side, looking into this room over here, spawning in this far left corner, and of course as a sniper, if you have a semi-auto, you're just crouch spamming and shooting just non-stop. I think that's one thing they do need to fix. Other than that, the map plays great for literally every single category. I do really like this addition on this side of the map where you have this little cliff over here. Can overlook on both spawns. I think this map deserves an absolute S tier of a map. Now, do we put it in front of Cortex and Blackheart? I think in front of Cortex, at least for right now, just because it plays a lot faster. Next map, we got Hijacked. This is a Black Ops 2 map. Hijacked does play a little bit different now that we have the wall jumping mechanic. If you're playing on cliffside, this side plays so interesting now, because instead of just not knowing where your enemy is going to be around this corner or when, if you just simply jump up here, you'll get a lot of information. Same thing on this side. If you look over to A-bomb, crazy information. So I think this map overall across every single game mode, domination especially, because they did not change the spawns, easily an S tier map. Hijacked is basically a Nuketown with a boat. I remember seeing that on Twitter, and that kind of blew my mind when you really think about it. But anyways, let's go on to Homestead. This map right here has got to be a sniper map, straight up, until you enter that household. But yeah, pretty much every angle is sniper heaven. Realistically, if you're using an AR or sub, or even a shotgun, this household is your favorite spot. I'm going to rank this map a low A. But then again, subs as well, like subs don't play bad. Like subs in this game are pretty good. So I think Homestead is definitely going to be in front of Express. Express is very awkward. It doesn't play as fast as Homestead. So this next map, we got Imprint. This was in the beta. I never really got excited every time I saw this map. I know we're on search right now, but this mid-map part where you're able to move the bomb from mid to the cliffside, I think that's a great addition. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I find it kind of odd myself at times, because as a Call of Duty player, we're not really used to things shifting in the map. I know that sounds really bad, but I think it's great. But something about this map just feels weirdly off. I don't know how to lay my finger on it. I think it's because of the burnout from the beta, but this may change later on. So Imprint, I think, is better than Den at times. Weirdly enough, I feel like players kind of get lost on both maps, which doesn't make any sense, at least from my experience. Nah, honestly, I think I'm going to put Imprint at C, because if you think about it, it is kind of a sniper favorited map. As soon as a sniper holds mid on either side of the map, or even mid as well, they have full control of that lane. And it's enough head glitches to be able to utilize. Nuketown. Nuketown looks great, I believe it or not. They remastered it from Black Ops 2, and I think they did a pretty good job on it. It looks colorful, vibrant. The shadows are a little bit weird, but I believe they fixed it. I think we're going to give Nuketown a solid S. I mean, the spawns are great, but don't get me wrong, I do wish that they took out 24/7 Nuketown, because having easier access to Nuketown doesn't give me that much excitement every time I see it in the rotation. So we got our next map, Paranoia. This is a face-off map, and this map plays like pure brain rot central. But we can't showcase it right now in private match because it's not added in private match, including Nuketown, which is why we didn't show. But Paranoia, I'm going to give it at least a A tier, because it plays great, has a nasty, nasty spawn trap. But unfortunately, a lot of people tend to back out. So next map, we got Raid. Raid. This one I got a crazy take on. The only difference with Black Ops 7 is that they changed the spawns for Raid. Instead, before, they would spawn like back garage over here, and they would flood right here, right? Or they would spawn on this far right with this teal green Ferrari. Maybe you're colorblind and you see something else. But now, instead of running this mid route where they spawn here, they in fact spawn all the way back down in this deep right spawn, which I think is kind of okay, because you have more protection. You're not really out in the open where streaks will just absolutely slam you if you spawn here. Definitely changes the flow of the map when you have them trapped at sea. I don't know if it's the players, if it's the spawns. Something about it does not flow well as it used to. So we're going to give Raid, unfortunately, not an S tier. It's going to go right behind Homestead. And let's move on to the next map, which is Retrieval. Retrieval is a very big map. This is, I think, the biggest map in the game, statistically. So right off jump, this side of the map, I feel like is a little too deep. Like, this is kind of unnecessary. But I do like the scenery. I think they did a great job on that. I think the map has just too high walls, so you're not able to really, like, see where your enemy is at all times. I see the vision, but unfortunately, this map does not flow as well as we would think. I think it's struggling. So we're going to put Retrieval on the low end of B. I do think Retrieval sometimes plays better than Imprint, but then Imprint does play better maybe in Search, but I don't know. I need to play it on Search, so it's kind of hard to judge there. Maybe Retrieval plays on the same pace as Imprint, where it plays oddly weird. So we'll leave it at that for now. Now let's move on to SoaR. SoaR, I gotta say, man, I told people this map is good off launch, but no one really believed me until we started playing it a little bit more. So I played this map on Search, and it actually played a lot better than I expected. Everything about this map is straight up, I think, perfect. Perfect line of sights. Spawns are great, and especially if you were pushing up here, you can look straight into the spawn and catch them all there. This side, I really love the two-story concept. Got to make sure you watch above and below, just in case there's someone hiding behind one of the generators here. Overall, good map. I think this has very high potential of being an S, so I think we'll put it low S for now. I think SoaR might beat Nuketown. I think Nuketown is just redundant. As simple as that. Now, do I think SoaR is better than Hijacked? Ooh, it's possible, but I do think Cortex on the end of this. I think this is looking like a really good lineup so far. I think I put a Flagship over Blackheart. Blackheart does feel a little bit simple, but Flagship kind of gives you that leeway of not too much brain rot, but you can utilize some of the environment of the map. All right, next map we got the Forge. This map was in the beta. I think we can all agree with this. This middle map is cool, but damn, these pillars can get annoying, especially if someone's hugging it and capturing B. I tend to see no one really running the middle of the side of the map, which forces everyone to run the sides. So I completely see the concept of it. Plays a little bit weirder than most Call of Duty maps. So with that being said, I think we're going to rate Forge above C. Will it be B? Would I play Forge over Den? You know, I think these three could be mixed up depending on what game mode you're really playing. I think we're going to put the Forge in B tier. All right, we got one last final map, Toshion. This is a hot take, but Toshion actually plays a lot better than people think. I think the one thing that's missing is this right here. I think you guys already know what I'm about to say, right? There should be an entrance going to the train station. Having it one side, it feels very awkward. Having to enter through the vents just to cut through mid over here. I can see how some people may think that this map kind of feels like a 2-lane map, where if you do run this side, you're kind of forced into mid anyways. Whereas train station is a whole lane in itself. But I don't know. I'm a sniper, so that mid train station was supposed to actually look like this, like the entrance to it. This is what was tweeted by Matt. And dude, I mean, hey, just to be able to get to that train station side of the map. And apparently it's going to be coming in season 1. So it wasn't supposed to be in preseason. We're going to rank this map definitely above a C, definitely above a B. Would I put it in front of Express? Probably. Honestly, probably. Better than Raid? Definitely. So I think Express and Raid could be flipped around here. I think I'd rather play Toshion over... Okay, let me figure this out. All right, so I finally came to conclusion. I brought Cortex down. I moved Toshion a little bit further. I try to factor as many game modes as I possibly can with like TDM, Co-Confirm, Domination, Search, Destroy, Hardpoint. And I'll be honest, guys, we're looking like a lot of good maps. I mean, realistically speaking, Exposure is not that bad of a map. But I for sure would much rather play all of these maps, despite Nuketown, because Nuketown is just an OG go, than Exposure. Same thing for Den, same thing for the Forge. And then Retrieval and Imprint, hey, man. I think those can kind of speak for itself. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me your top 3 maps on Black Ops 7 in the comment section down below. Drop a like on the video and subscribe if you guys are new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.